Alright, today we're going to talk about how to fit a wing on a Mark 5 Mondeo, but before I do that, this car here, there's a little story and it's a useful piece of information if you didn't know. This car came in, the fans were literally going like full bloody pelt. The driver gets out and says, my dash is telling me the car's overheating. And of course these cars on display, it shows up when they get too hot. It says engine overheating. So I had a quick look and I thought, hang on a minute, there's no coolant loss in the reservoir whatsoever. So I'm thinking, maybe because sometimes you can get a break in the wire and on these actual fans behind the bumper, and the fans do stay on. But that wasn't the case. I found out what's wrong with it. Basically, I believe the impeller has snapped off the water pump and it's not circulating the water around. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you how you can know that in a space of 1 minute. Look at this. Right, on your coolant expansion bottle, there's two bleed-off pipes. One of them goes to the top of the radiator. Leave that one alone. The other one, this one here, it goes right round to your thermostat housing, just like above the gearbox. There's like little clips here, and you're supposed to pull them in, or you normally have to clip them out. They're a pain. And you have to twist it and kind of pull it. Chances are, even if with the best intentions, you're probably gonna snap this pipe off in here, and you'll have to like pick the bits out. If you're extremely lucky, you might just get it out. But flipping heck, most of the time, oh my God, it actually came out in one piece. There's a little rubber seal there. I'm impressed. I can reuse that one, but these pipes, they get very brittle and they snap very easily. But anyway, we pull that pipe off our expansion bottle like that. And now, surprise, surprise, we have to start the car up. With the engine running, coolant should be coming round from the thermostat and literally flowing out of this pipe and into this bottle. But there's absolutely zero coming out of this pipe. So I can tell you now, the water pump ain't circulating. That means I've now got to remove the camshaft drive belt in order to get the water pump off, which is a fair amount of work. But anyway, I'm not going to show you how to take the cam belt off because I've already done that, and I've done that in 2 videos now. And if you want to know how to remove a cam belt on one of these engines, you can watch it here, somewhere there anyway. I'll get it all apart, get the water pump off, and I goddamn hope to God my prognosis is correct. Cheers. Right, cam belt's all off. I'm going to pull the water pump out from underneath the wheel arch. Am I right? Am I? Am I? Ooh! Look at this! There we go. Look at that. See, the cog bit the belt goes on is not moving and the impeller is just spinning. It's like one of them little things kids jump on and spin round in the play park. Oh, brilliant. I'm so glad I'm right. By the way, 9.5 times out of 10 I am right. Just remember that. You know, just in case you're wondering, if you fancy emptying your pockets, brand new water pump from Ford, this one I'm holding in my hand, it's well packaged up, mind you. That bubble wrap could be used for selling stuff on eBay. £203 plus VAT for one shiny new water pump that probably won't see it through its service life, because this one that failed was a good 40,000 miles short of the 125,000 miles it's supposed to do. Bingo. Oh, and by the way, also by the time you've fitted a new timing belt kit at the same time, that's another £105 plus VAT. plus having somebody like me to fit it all, your pockets are going to be seriously empty by the time this job's done. Have a nice day, you hear? Right, we're all back together. I've just got my assistant to hold the pipe, so when I start this car up, you're going to see the coolant come flying out of here. You see? Thank you, assistant, Mr. Assistant person.
More than welcome, Alan.
You know, I couldn't have done that without the assistant. There goes Andy. Right, mate? Yeah, okay. Some people just don't like being on camera. Anyway, so now you know, if you pull that pipe off and there's no water coming out of it, you've got a big problem. You've got an expensive problem. But I'm done. I'm going to show you something else now, because this particular driver, he's put one of them, what is it, PVC things between the front and back seats to stop COVID from jumping from the front seats to the back seats. Whatever makes him feel better. I'm going to show you how he's done it, by the way, because some people will probably suck this up. As I've got the engine running, I'm going to open the door, let some ventilation. Hey guys, you know the world of YouTube is watching you. They don't seem bothered. They will when their wife sees themselves. Anyway, because this engine got fairly hot, I've actually filled the coolant up, and by the way, you don't have to bleed these, just pour all the coolant in, run it for half an hour, or fill the bottle up, put the cap on, run it up the road and back. It will self-bleed, but I've got to check it properly. Because it's got a bit hot, I want to make sure the head gasket's okay. Generally speaking, put it this way, we have a lot of these cars, the actual thermostats, where the top hose connects onto the thermostat, the casing breaks off the thermostat and they lose all their coolant within a space of like 30 seconds, and the drivers continue to drive them for like 5 miles with no coolant. And they're still okay, they don't blow the head gasket. There's always the first time though. But I would say, these are pretty damn strong engines when it comes to, like, if you're running low on water, you'll probably get away with it most times. But once this is all run up, I'll let you know if it's all okay. I hope it is, because I don't fancy doing the head gasket. That's a big job. Anyway, let's show you the screen in the back of this car. I had to run this outside because it's like a little bit dark inside the workshop to actually get in here. Yeah, this driver, what he's done, he's put like this polythene PVC stuff, you know, like that women wear on their trousers. Well, anyway, he's got some stick-on Velcro. He's stuck the Velcro round the outside of the door and the other half of the Velcro to the polythene, and inside it goes all the way around the roof. He's just stuck it to the roof with the aid of a few like staples out of a staple gun, and that's stuck all the way round and then back down the other door. And the polythene, it literally, it only goes like, that's as far as halfway down the seats. So I don't know, I guess if someone wants to actually do this, it looks like quite a quick and easy thing to do. Looks quite a cheap way of doing it actually as well. The funny thing is, my sister works for a taxi firm and she was asking about this very thing the other day because she's got to do it in her car. So I'll show her this. I guess it's whatever makes people feel comfortable. Anyway, boring. Let's move on. Right, that's been run up in here with the cap off for about 20 minutes. I've now taken it for a 10-mile run. So let's see. just a very small amount of pressure, what you'd expect. So we can actually say, that's all right, good. I am so goddamn well glad that head gasket's okay. Because if it was blown, that would cost bloody more than the flipping car's worth. Anyway, who can I annoy now? We've got to find something else to do. Finish this video off. I know. I think we're going to do what we started out to do. We're going to go in the shed and we're going to get the wing off this Mondeo. It's a front wing, by the way, because it's been bashed in by the driver. This flipping driver, he has hit the front wing and both passenger side doors and trashed the lot. So that's another job for me to do. But I'm going to show you how this wing comes off. Matt, do us a favour.
Yes, Alan.
Get the bloody wing off that car out in the shed for us, will you?
Afraid I can't. I've got a sump to remove.
Oh. Andy, can you do us a favour? Get the wing off that car in the shed?
No, I've got MOT to do.
Well, someone's going to have to do it. I ain't doing it, I'm the manager. I know what. I've got an idea. There's one person left that could possibly do this job.
Right. Okay.
Monica, go and get the wing off that car in the shed for us, will you?
I beg your pardon?
You heard.
All right then. You want this? You want it, do you, boy?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, go fetch it then. Yeah!
You know, that's abuse. Anyway, what I'm going to show here, this little plastic piece, this little plastic bit is quite important because the actual bumper slots into this bit between this plastic piece and the wing to hold the bumper in place. So there's two 10mm which you need to remove. And by the way, normally if a car's been in an accident, especially on the wing, this plastic bit gets smashed to pieces. So you might have to buy a new one, and they are handed from right to left. So you have to get the right one. But anyway, I'm going to get these two bolts out, and this piece can go on our new wing. See, once them bolts are out, it just pulls off. There. And I definitely don't need this wing now. Bye. Right. Here's one that we just had painted. Look at that. Nice shiny new red wing. Probably not for long. And we'll pop this on. You can only get it on one way. It'll only fit one way, that is. So yeah, that's on. I'll bolt this up and we're good to go. Right, because this wing's already off and I can only really show you how it goes back together, just note one thing here. The actual inner wheel arch liner has to be removed, which is pretty straightforward, but you've got to take the wheel off. The only reason this wheel's all back on and everything is because I've had to move this car in here because I'm waiting for the paintwork on the doors and stuff. So I'm going to actually, well, by the way, also this this is a bit of padding, I guess, to maybe stop the wing from flexing a bit, making a noise. I don't know. I actually don't know why they put this pad in here, but obviously it's for a reason. There's also a big piece of wadding, which I can find it. yeah, here. Another bit of, it's probably all sound deadening. This will actually fit down here, down the A-pillar. So I'll put that in a minute anyway. But also where the wing slots underneath your side skirt, you haven't got to take the side skirt off, which is pretty good. There's two 10mm which bolt the wing to the body here, but you can slide the wing in and you can get to the bolts from underneath your side skirt. And your front bumper, which just pulls out of the side of the wing anyway, you can just hold that over to one side while you put the wing back in. Anyway, I shall attempt to actually put this on. So this part, that'll just slot in there. And then the top edge of the wing, it literally just lines up with two bolt holes. As long as the brackets aren't bent or broken, the 10mm which bolt this wing at the top, you can actually fit on now. So what I'll do, I'll actually just put them in temporarily, or, well, loosely, because there is actually a slight bit of adjustment in all these little brackets, so we can move this wing about a little bit if we need to. One 10mm up by your A-pillar. I can get that started. And there's a little plastic trim which will go in here. I'll put that on later. Also, down this back edge of the wing, there's like a little tab that comes out of like the A-pillar with a nut on it, captive nut. You can find the hole. That, there. One of the bolts go through there and hold this part of the wing secure. And obviously you've got your two 10mm bolts which will go underneath this trim panel, this side skirt, and bolt the wing to the actual bottom of the sill. But like I said earlier, you can pull the bottom of this panel out and you can get your ratchet in there and tighten them two 10mm up. This is going to be difficult to show, but if you pull this bumper away a little bit, there's a tab on the inner part of this wing which bolts up just underneath the headlight. It's actually quite easy to see, so I'll put that bolt in there and that can be all nipped up. But like I say, there's plenty of like adjustment in these bolts, so you can sort of like move the wing about to where you want it first before you tighten it all up. And once you've got the wing sorted out where you want it, you can then get your bumper, and that should, bang, look at that, straight in, no problem. So yeah, once this, I'm trying to do this with the wheel on. I should have actually taken the wheel off really, but if you can imagine the wheels off it, once the wing's bolted on, this piece of foam, sound deadening, will then tuck up inside here, and that'll just push in there, and that'll give you a bit of like, I don't know, it's just sound deadening I guess. This little, and almost lastly, this little trim panel, 3 little clips, as long as you don't break them getting it off, they generally come off okay. That'll just go in there, line them up, give it a tap, boom, done. Ta-ra! It's looking like a new car already. Almost ready for the driver to go out and smash the shit out of it again. Anyway, before I forget, last but least, we've got this little plastic, I guess it's kind of like a panel to cover up all the horrible edges, make it look a bit neater. That'll just sit on there like that, and there'll be some clips, some plastic clips go bump, 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 bump. Done. Looks lovely now. There we go. That is a perfect finish. It looks great. I'm well happy with this. All I've got left now to do is put the wheel arch liner back in, which I'll do later. I'd put the front door back on, but I can't because it's still at the paint shop. So there's not much I can do there. I've replaced the back door. You see, this driver, he managed to smash, by the way, he claims he hit a wall. Now, he's done the front wing, he's done the front door, and he's done the back door. Do you know what? I don't get it, how he's hit all 3 panels by hitting a wall. All I can say is he must have been spaced out of his goddamn mind. Anyway, there's not a lot more I can do in here till I get that front door. I know what, let's go and take a look. Back in the garage. I'm going to show you something else here, because I've been having quite a few accidents lately. look at this one. There, look at the state of this frigging bonnet. Believe it or not, this driver hit a deer. The funny thing is, this time I actually believe him, because there was all hair stuck to the bumper and this bonnet. And flip it, I'll tell you, look at the state of it. This was a deer. Do you know what the funny thing is? Mind you, this bonnet, it's trash now. Look at that, it's even snapped this off where the latch goes in. The trouble is, I only get half the story. And these drivers, they sort of like, they'll dump the car here, and I'll just get the story of, oh, it hit a deer. But, you know, you don't really, and what happened to the deer? I don't know. You know, the least the driver could have done was put the deer in his boot, took it home and cooked it, but he probably left it by the side of the road like a dick. Anyway, yeah, this car here is like, I've just had to rebuild this. Loads of parts, the whole front end I've had to rebuild. Brand new bonnet from Ford, that was like £330 plus VAT, plus it had to be painted. It had actually completely bent the bonnet hinge on the driver's side. The front grille, that had to be replaced for another one. Front bumper, headlight was smashed to pieces. But what I was going to show, on the this turbo hose, where the whole radiator assembly was all like pushed forward, it had pushed this turbo hose, which goes from your air intake down to the turbo intercooler, it had pushed this onto the alternator belt. And it's actually, while the engine was still running, it's like cut a groove in it. And then as you accelerate now, you get this big rush of air. So that's like, flipping heck, that's like £150 that turbo hose. That's scrap. Well, I've got a brand new one here from Ford, which I've got to fit. What's the part number? Will the camera focus? Probably not. If you can see that, yeah, that's the part number of the turbo hose. Anyway, I suppose I better carry on with this, put this one back together. The floor in this garage was like a swamp after a long hard week. It's a bit of therapy cleaning it up. Anyway, I suppose I better end the video now. If you like this video, hit that like button, share this video. If you don't, I'll be forced to do my sleazy Joe Biden gaffe. Come on, man. Anyway, till the next time, see ya! And all I'm going to do